So you get. So I'm going to talk about how I use dominant chords and how I improvise over them through different concepts. So we're going to use the B section of rhythm changes, which has a dominant cycle, it's called. So it starts on D7, goes to G7, goes to C7, and goes to F7, which is just like it goes in the circle of fourths. So it's a great way to practice your dominant licks on. So with no further ado, let me grab my guitar and we'll talk more about this. The first way is to use a Dorian thinking, okay? So we have a D7, right? First chord, D7. What I usually do is I just think about A minor. So A minor Dorian, A minor Dorian. So you have over D7, right? So you have like you got the like third, and it's a nice kind of way of thinking because when you have A as the root, when you think about A as the root, which you do when you think A minor Dorian, in a weird way that makes it more melodic. So you go to the A and that's the fifth of D. So that's like almost in a way you're thinking about the root, which is easier, and then you're making it more melodic instead of thinking mixolydian, like a D mixolydian. So you got the A minor way of thinking about it. Right? So you have all your minor things. You have all this. You have all the A minor licks you have work, okay? So I usually do like. That's like pure A minor, you see? See how that works? So that's just A minor. It doesn't matter which dominant chord it is. Just go up a fifth and you play Dorian from there. Play all your minor stuff. Learn minor stuff and then you play that over dominant chords. So that's the first way of using it. Another thing I usually really like to do recently, I started doing this recently, so I'm like kind of bad at it, but I really like to use the half whole scale. It's this kind of sound. So you have the D here, and then you go like this. Like that kind of sound. I recently started using it and I feel it's so nice to play with because it's so like it's symmetrical and it sounds really good. You can mix the half whole scale and the A minor Dorian together and then you can get lines like this. So you get I'm not there yet, but I really like using it and mixing them up. So you have the Dorian. And then you have the half whole. Okay, so I have two scales now, which you can play around with. I mean, those two together, working together is so nice. I'm now gonna play over the bridge of rhythm changes using the A minor Dorian and some half whole, and let's see how it sounds like. Something like that, and I mean, I really like that sound. I mean, it's quite. I feel like you get like best of both worlds. It sounds tensiony, which I think dominant chords should be having a lot of tension because that's what they are. Literally saying that you have to kind of give that emotion when you're playing, you know what I'm saying? So the half whole scale really gives you those tension notes, which I really like. Mixing them up, because I feel like the Dorian scale gives more of like the emotional kind of like, almost not so much tension, but more like it's a nice sound. But then when you mix in the half whole scale, you get kind of the best of everything. When you know this, you can play it over every chord of the rhythm changes. Basically just there, G7, and then you go up a fifth to D. Now you play D minor things. And then you go to C7. It's just, you're transposing it, right? So it's the same. The concepts I've talked about for the D7 works over every chord of the rhythm streams, because you're just moving your hands, right? You're doing the same things. So sit with it and work it out and see, like, and literally try to just sit with your guitar and don't play it in time. Don't put on a backing track and be like, yeah, I'm not gonna play. Actually take a chord, like take the G7 and see how you can get D minor ideas. D minor is the same as F, like F major. So like that means over a G7 chord you can play F major stuff. Right? See how they're linked together? And that's the stuff you come up with when you're actually sitting with your guitar by yourself and just literally like, okay, so I have D minor. Okay, D minor is F major. Okay, so that means I can use F major ideas over G7. Oh, okay, I can use the half whole scale. Okay. And I can mix it with F major, so it's... You see how that's... That's how you get creative with it, right? So get your minor licks and get some like ideas and arpeggios under your fingers, and then you will see yourself starting improvising pretty damn nice lines. I really hope it helped you. I certainly still gonna practice this. It's you can be really creative with this stuff. So I hope you got some inspiration and that you kind of like understand how you can use some of these concepts in your own playing. And once again, thank you for watching this video. Please join the Discord and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.